Hello, my name is Bill McKee. Today I want to introduce you to my genealogy website, McKeeTree.net. It's for organizing your ancestry information so that you can record and display your family tree. With so many other good genealogy websites around, why would you want to use McKeeTree.net? Here are 3 reasons. First, it's free. Second, it can cope with even the most complicated family relationships simply and without duplication. Third, at all times you retain 100% ownership of your data. When you enter your family data on some websites, other people own it and can do whatever they want with your data. That includes selling it on. With McKeeTree.net, you have total control over your data because it never leaves your computer. It is stored in the local storage area of your own computer, in the place where cookies reside. That's how I am able to offer this service free of charge. There's no fee for server storage. You don't register or sign up for anything, and there is nothing to download. To get to my website, we'll go up to the address bar and type www.McKeeTree.net. We are greeted by a page welcoming us to the software and explaining what it's for. Along the top, we notice another page called My Story, which explains how I came to write the software and also describes some of my other products. Next to My Story, we find detailed instructions for using the programs. The instructions take you from square one all the way through to tips and tricks for the advanced user. Today, however, we are going to focus on the instructions for getting started. As per those instructions, we click on the next page along called Menu, which takes us to a table of program options. We need to locate our browser along the top of the table. The first column is for Microsoft Internet Explorer versions 8 and upwards. The second column is for the WebKit family of browsers, including Google Chrome. The third column is for iPad users. Nearly all of the software development and testing was done using Chrome. It supports the fullest range of features and is the browser which I recommend. Having located the name of our browser along the top, we're going to click on the button immediately below it labeled Enter Family Information, Local Storage. Straight away, we find ourselves looking at a blank pedigree chart. If you're preparing your own family tree, your name will go in the box at the left, and the names of your direct ancestors will branch off to the right. For this demonstration, I'm going to prepare the family tree of the former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. For some reason, he seems to be the person genealogy websites choose as their example. So the next step is to right-click on the red button called Your Name. I need to point out that, with only one exception, all your mouse clicks are done using the left mouse button. The one and only exception when you use the right button is to click on a name in red. That takes you to the details page for that person, as we have here. There will be a page like this one for each person in your family tree. Or to be more accurate, there will be a page like this one for each of your blood relations. That's why the button is red, to indicate this person is a blood relation. Now, we're going to left-click on Your Name. Immediately, the button changes into a text box. We delete the text which is there and type in the new name. Notice the use of capitals for the surname. That's not at all necessary. You can type any text you wish into these boxes. Using capitals is a good habit to get into, however, because it removes all doubt about which names are given names and which are surnames. Now we click on OK at the bottom. The text box turns back into a button and your name has been saved into temporary storage. If you want to change it again, simply left-click on the button, retype the text, and hit OK again. When we left-click on Home, we see the name appearing at the root of the pedigree chart. There's also something else to notice. The Save button at the bottom has lit up. This happens every time the tree is changed in some way. The green color is an invitation for us to save the new data, so we'll do that. Now let's go back and enter JFK's parents. Once again, we use right-click on the red button to return to his details page. We left-click the button labeled Father, which turns it into a text box. We remove the asterisk and type in his father's name. We do the same with his mother, always using the left mouse button to make changes. OK captures our changes. Notice the two boxes have turned red, indicating that these people are JFK's blood relations. When we click on Home, we see that our family tree has taken root and is branching off to the right. The names appearing on this page are JFK's direct ancestors. By entering the parents of Joseph and Rose, as we have done for JFK, we add more direct ancestors to his tree. But now let's go back and include his siblings. This time we right-click on JFK's father, Joseph Kennedy, taking us to his details page. We notice JFK's mother, Rose, appearing as Joseph's spouse, and that JFK himself appears in the list of their children. When information is entered once, there's no need to enter it again. Joseph and Rose famously had 9 children, but there are spaces for only 4 in the child list. That's not a problem. As we continue to add names and then OK them, the child list will expand automatically. The software will always provide at least 2 blank spaces for entering additional children. Furthermore, there's no need to enter the children in any particular order. By default, the software will record and store the children in the order they were entered. But once the birth dates of the children are included, they will be resequenced automatically into their correct birth order. You need to visit the details page of each child to enter that information. So let's do that now. Right-clicking again on JFK, we return to his details. We left-click on the button labeled Date and Born, which turns into a text box. The text in the box says DD MM YYYY. I'm encouraging you to adopt this date format, since this is the one which is used internationally. We'll delete that text and type in his birth date. I need to do that with all the siblings, but let's cut to the final sibling. As you can see, the children now appear in their correct order. Let's now enter JFK's own family group. Right-clicking again on JFK, we return to his details. He married Jacqueline Bouvier, so let me enter her name into the spouse box. However, when I click OK, I notice there's a problem. The text box hasn't changed back into a button as normal. Instead, JFK's gender box has lit up amber. Likewise, if I try to enter the names of their children, those names aren't accepted, and the gender box lights up at the top of the page. That gender information is quite important. The software relies on it, first, to assign the correct gender to the spouse, and second, to assign the correct father and mother to the children. The amber light comes on to highlight the information that is missing. Once we enter it, the software is able to proceed. In addition to gender, both parents must be entered before children will be accepted. If the spouse box is empty, it will light up amber as a warning until you supply the missing information. In this instance, that includes gender and also spouse. To assign gender, we can type either capital or lowercase m or capital or lowercase f. There's something else I want to point out here. On the finished page, the children's names appear in red boxes, while Jacqueline's box remains white. Again, that's because the children are JFK's blood relations, while Jacqueline is not. She is a non-blood relation who has entered the family through marriage. You can right-click on a name in red to record his details, but right-clicking on a name in white doesn't work. It's not possible to enter the details of a non-blood relation beyond what appears here on this page. Once again, let me fast forward the video to demonstrate one final feature. Here we are looking at the details of JFK's younger brother, Edward Kennedy. Edward was married twice. His first family has already been entered. To enter his second marriage, we simply click on Next. The upper part of the page is unchanged, but the lower part has turned blank, ready for us to record the new information. Also, the Previous button has lit up green to remind us that a previous marriage exists. Once I enter his second marriage, we can toggle between the two pages. The Previous and Next buttons light up appropriately. As with the order of children, the software will record and store the marriages in the order you enter them. However, once the marriage dates are included, they will be resequenced into their correct order automatically. I'm going to fast forward to show you what the finished tree looks like. Back on the pedigree chart, there are now 3 generations of direct ancestors. Navigating around the tree, you can view the different family groups. The generation of JFK's children has also been included. Now, let's look at some of the options for displaying the tree. But before we do that, the green Save button is reminding me that I need to save the new data before we leave this page. This is very important, otherwise all my hard work will be lost. Back on the menu page, the first thing we can do is View List of Names. We get a list of all the names currently entered in the tree. We can display the list in alphabetical order or the order the names were entered. As always, right-clicking on a name in red takes us to the details page for that person. Next, there is View Complete Pedigree Chart. A complete list of blood relations is unfurled, and when you click on one, a pedigree chart is generated for that person, showing up to 6 generations. Next, there is View Descendants Tree. A list of parents is unfurled, and when you click on one, a cascade of his or her descendants is created. This is what people usually mean by the term family tree. Then there is View Relationship Information. A list of blood relations is unfurled, and when you click on one, a mini tree appears which shows how you are related to each other. So there you have it. In this video, we have seen how to get started using the McKeeTree software to record and display your family tree. I hope this has given you the confidence to visit my website and to have a go for yourself. In the next video, we move beyond the basics to demonstrate some of the other features of the software. Have fun, and thanks for watching.